past Afghan governments, so being in Balochistan, we have Afghanistan bordering us, and similarly you have the Iran bordering us, and ultimately when you travel, the passage is always open. So the whole point is that there have been problems before, and in my assessment, I think there are problems now also. This is how I would see it, especially with the bringing in of Indian consulates right till Kandahar and Herat and all these places, which were never there before. What was the big idea? Why should they bring it now?
On the ground, Nawab Bugti has this proud retort.
हर वक्त ये कहता रहा है, गफार खान को भी कहते थे कि कर रहा है, जीम सईद को भी कहते थे कि उनको भी इंडिया कर रहा है, फलाना कर रहा है, गद्दार हैं। कुछ वक्त के बाद फिर तगमा लटकाते थे कि मुहिब वतन है, फिर वो तगमा वापस ले लेते थे कि नहीं फिर गद्दार हैं। तो ये होता रहता। तो हमारे से भी वही है कि बस हुकूमत का लाइन टो करो तो तुम मुहिब वतन हो, अपना इंडिपेंडेंट व्यू हो, सबको तो गद्दार है।
For a region that has now assumed such geostrategic importance, a lot is riding on Musharraf-led government's next move. Political observers warn that if Baloch concerns are not addressed soon, force may not be enough to silence their guns forever.
First of all, what is historically absolutely clear is that the Baloch cannot be defeated militarily. The terrain just makes that impossible as far as the Pakistan army is concerned. The army just does not have the resources and the ability to go into that terrain and physically defeat the Baloch.
But they are using helicopter gunships.
They use very sophisticated weapons in the 70s also. They have far more gunships now, but you cannot physically obliterate the Baloch in the mountains. You still have to use troops on the ground, and once those troops are on the ground, they face enormous hazards. I think the second most important thing is that there is clearly a lot of support for this movement from the Baloch diaspora, which is very large, in the Gulf states, in Abu Dhabi, in Afghanistan, in Iran, even in Britain and even in America. Now, this is a far bigger insurgency, far more widely spread, far better organized than anything we've seen in the past. There has always been in the last 50 years a very strong thread of independence, fact-minded people running through the Baloch movement. And I fear very much that this time, this thread is going to become the most dominant color of the movement. It's going to be a pro-independence movement rather than a pro-autonomy movement.
As the violence intensifies, it has become increasingly difficult for journalists to access conflict areas within Balochistan. Therefore, it has become much harder to assess the ground reality. While the lives of ordinary Balochs hinges upon the mood of decision makers, they are sandwiched, like in any other conflict area, between the crossfires.